You know that moment when you log into, you're busy uploading the video you wanted to put live yesterday, but you didn't, you did something else, you're regretting it because nobody cares about the Lotus statue anyway, but I had to do it. Was planning on doing that for weeks actually, but then you come across, well, Nezha Prime when? From 6 months ago. This isn't what I came across. What I came across is the fact that, oh, they fixed it. Oh, they've actually fixed it. It is an Aorus Prime. Yeah, an Aorus Prime is not even 60 days old yet, which means that Nezha Prime, when? From 6 months ago? Well, everybody expected it when an Aorus turned up, but an Aorus didn't turn up. Well, on Xbox and PlayStation 4 and such, right here, well, I'm guessing it was actually the first hotfix, number 9, released something that now I can't actually show. But for those who did actually manage to come across it, this is one of the few screenshots I've managed to actually come across. You can see the stats on the left. I like the whole boost to the sprint speed, by the way. I love it when they do that to frames, because I'm still hopeful, with fingers crossed, that maybe one day they'll actually increase Frost Prime's sprint speed like they did Rhino Prime and Sarin Prime and pretty much every heavy prime since. But it pretty much confirms what everybody knows already. Nezha Prime will be the next Prime. The reason this wasn't splattered absolutely everywhere is what an amazing appearance of Nezha Prime. Don't worry, I wouldn't be doing this if that's all we had. There was the ring from the back because apparently you could still get in and actually see parts of it. And, well, has been given the golden details. But as always with everything to do with Warframe, when something like this happens, the images, not exactly the best. Can't even make out the writing at the bottom right, sadly. But of course, again, would not actually be doing this if that was the only image I could actually find. And, well, there's one from the front that looks really good as well. Not too sure this is actually a Prime, if I'm being honest. It looks like a Prime in progress because the arms, everything, looks just a little bit better than the normal one. Of course, you would think that the increased sprint speed was a thing, but if you actually look at normal Nezha, it's 190 armor with 150 shields and 125 health. 50 shields, 1.15 sprint speed. These are the exact same numbers that that little picture from before had. So, no buffs whatsoever. That's because this Prime is at least a month away from actually happening, because you can see an Aorus Prime access at the bottom here. That will be around for at least, I'm going to say 80, 90 days, which means there's still a good month before that actually turns up. And now I think about it, you're talking about November, and I'll use the Noggle for this because I can actually kind of rotate it around. You can see the difference in the helmet. Doesn't have the dangly parts. The ring on the back has a lot more detail to it. Now I'll go back to this, because, well, the Prime version is always better. So now we know roughly what the Prime version is going to look like versus the normal Nezha when it eventually turns up in possibly November. Yes, this leak happened at the end of September, meaning it's going to be possibly over a month before Nezha Prime actually turns up. But this got a lot of people hyped for the fact that Nezha Prime is coming. Oh, just between the Divine Spears, the Warding Halo, the Blazing Chakram, Firewalker as well. This frame has always been really good. With a Prime version, will just be better. I'm glad that there were no stat changes on the whole leak page, but you could tell by that blue line across the middle that, well, it wasn't quite finished. It is just, it's in development and it hadn't been locked out, so this information kind of appeared. The frame will probably change appearance. I'm going to say it wasn't finished, but it might have been. I'm still going to stick with it. It's another month. It wasn't finished. There's probably still tweaks to be made. And the fact that you just had that blue line on the Nezha Prime page tells me that none of this is anywhere near finished. So the stats, all primes have buffs. Buffs will come. The finished thing will probably look different anyway. Did get a sneak peek. It has confirmed Nezha Prime will be next, but when Anaris turned up, we all knew Nezha was going to be next anyway, so it's not really amazing news. It's just really nice to be able to see that a lot of these fine little changes do make Nezha look so much better. And when the Prime comes, oh, I will be so happy, because I kind of miss Nezha. Nezha's actually a really useful frame. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.